Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad where we get together and we make a card. Today's card is this gorgeous square flip it, hello, and then you open it up and it says love. Isn't that awesome? And the best part about it is it's easy peasy to make. Now, what are we gonna need to make this? The first thing we're gonna need is the square flip it's number 2 framelits that I designed for Sizzix. You probably already have this one. We're also going to use the box card die set that has all those pieces. We're going to use a couple pieces from there. We are also going to use the Hello Friend pattern paper. We're going to use some cute little embellishments. We're going to use that love die. And we're going to use some kiwi ink as well as a blender with banana ink. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started. Now is when we get to have the fun stuff. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our midnight cardstock and I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine, and I'm using my extended magnetic platform because that's the best thing in the world. And I'm laying down my cardstock and I'm going to get out the 3 largest dies in the kit. We're going to focus always on the 3 largest dies in the kit because those are the most important. Although it does have 12 dies in there, the rest of the dies, the other 9, are just embellishment dies. So just focus always on the 3 largest and you'll be good to go. I'm going to lay that down and I'm going to skew it ever so slightly. I'm going to stay on my platform, but I'm going to skew it ever so slightly just to give me a little bit of an angle there. So when I run it through, I'm not going to get a speed bump. A speed bump is where that blade will run over that blade. I'm sorry, where the roller will run over the blade and it will jump over it instead of cut it. So now I'm going to pop that out and there I have my die cut card. Now we are going to grab 2 of the pattern papers. You can cut 2 at a time, so I'm going to lay these down, lay that down there, and lay this one down here. And we're going to run these through, and I'm going to do those a little bit at an angle because, right, I don't want any speed bumps. But you'll notice if I put this at an angle, those lines won't be straight, and that would be horrific, right? Because we want them to be straight. We want them to look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my paper off to the side just like that, stay on the platform, but here's a trick. See how I'm off the edge over here? If I try to run that through the machine's going to move my paper and it's going to be disastrous. So what I do is I cut or tear just that little bit of extra that is hanging over. It's just one extra little tiny step, but it will save your day because if you get that in there crooked and it moves, you're going to be sad, you're going to waste the paper, and then you're going to be bummed, okay? So now we're going to run that through. Now I always love to talk about my colored cutting pads. I love colored cutting pads because you can find them when they're on your desk. No matter where it is, no matter what it's under, you can find it. So it's so fantastic. I'm going to pop these out. Now you'll remember I did 2 at the same time. The ones that I do not use for this card, I'm going to put it back in my envelope and save it for next time. Because if I put it in my scrap box, you know what? I'm going to lose them. And I'm not going to know what they were for. I'm not going to remember. It's just going to be kind of messy. So I'm going to put them right back in the envelope and then I'll have them for next time if I want to use them. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my pieces to my card. Now on this pattern paper, it's so fun. I could have used either side, but we're going to use these sides. Now I have blue all the way around. We're going to add this one, and those 2 pieces are extras, so we'll just put those off to the side and use them next time. I'm going to lay that on here, and then I'm going to fold my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in the air, big bottom, little top. I'm going to fold it in half towards me and take that top flap and fold it up. And then I'm going to turn it to the left. The little side is always on the left, LL, little left. There we go. And then I'm going to do some more decorating. The next thing I want to do is I want to get out the hello die that's in this kit. So I'm going to pop out this die here. Get that hello. It's kind of taped down a little, so I got to pull that out. Okay. So we have the hello, and then I'm also going to get the rectangle that goes around it. And I'm going to die cut this out of the white. Now I did add Sizzix adhesive to the back. We want to make sure we have that Sizzix adhesive because it just makes our life so much easier. And I'm going to put both dies on the paper at the same time because it's going to cut out that frame. So I'm going to do that, but I also need to cut out a couple more things. So I'm going to do it all at the same time. So I need 4 yellow flowers altogether. So we're going to, I think I already have some cut out. So we'll cut out that one and this one. Okay. So I have some already cut out, but we'll cut out some together. So we'll add those down. And what else do we need? We need a green rectangle, but we're gonna have to cut that separate. And, oh, let's do this. It's always nice to do all your die cutting together because we have our magnetic platform and it's so nice to get it all done at the same time. So I have blue and white with my Sizzix adhesive on the back, and I'm going to use my Love die to die cut those out. Peel those up. And my white is gonna be my love. And my blue is gonna be right there. And because I'm using so much space, let's see, can I use my small one? Oh, it's a little too big. So we're gonna get out the big cutting pad. I always use my extra long cutting pad on the bottom at all times. And then on the top, depending on what I'm die cutting, oh, let's move that just a little bit. Depending on what I'm die cutting, depends on what size I use for the top. So we're gonna run that through. Lots of blade, that's okay. The cracking is all normal. So let's peel this all up. So I have some flowers die cut now, look at that. And I have my love die cut. And I have my shadow and my word. So I'm gonna just peel up that word die. Look, see that adhesive backing comes off perfect. We're gonna lay this down, line that up, and it just lays down perfect, just like that. Love, this is actually my handwriting. People always ask me, so yes, that is my handwriting. So we have the love on there. So we can go ahead and add that to our card because we have adhesive on the back. So we'll peel that up. And we did love at the top, just like that. And it's gonna hang off ever so slightly. There we go. And then we're going to cut out, I've already done this, but we're gonna use that rectangle, the rounded rectangle outside die to cut out the green. Now we've already done that and we've inked it just a little tiny bit, and I have my hello. And this is on adhesive too, so we're just gonna peel this off, and all the extra pieces, most of them will just fall right out. That Sizzix adhesive, if you only buy one thing in a whole year, you have to buy that Sizzix adhesive. It is the best. Okay, we're gonna lay that down right there. And then we need to decorate our cute little yellow flowers. Now I've already done a couple of these, but I just want you to see the difference. So this is before they are inked. This is after they are, after they've been inked. Look at the difference. Look at how these just pop off that card. And these are just kind of, they're die cut flowers. There's a huge difference between these and these. They just really, really pop. It just adds so much dimension. So what we're gonna do is I always find scrap paper, and here's my list of things to do my videos on. Isn't that funny? We'll use that because that's our scratch paper. And we're gonna lay that down, and we're gonna add, now I always use the smaller ink pads for blending ink, because when you use these little sponges, sometimes they get lint on them, and when you add lint to an ink pad that you're gonna stamp on and stamp with later, some of that lint will get on your stamps, and then the stamps and the lint will get on your project, and then you'll have not good stamping. So these little ink pads are so reasonably priced. You're better off investing in these, and then you're not gonna have to worry about that lint getting on your stamps and ruining your image. Now I always start off the edge, and then I go onto my flower or onto my die cut. Now you can do a lot or a little. You can go all the way around if you want. On this one I'll go all the way around so you can really see what it looks like. Start slow and go add on. But you can see, look at the difference just on those. So if we do some of it or if we do more of it, look at the difference. It's always amazing to me how it brings it to life. It literally just brightens the day. And it just really adds so much. People think, oh, I don't need to ink, but once you start inking, you'll fall in love with it. So we'll just ink that guy up a little bit. And let's see, we already got our kiwi inked on there. So remember we added a little bit of ink at the bottom there already. And now we can start putting this little guy together. We're gonna add a little white square to the back. We just die cut this. We're gonna add a little square to the back of that. Easy peasy. Lines up great, just like that. We're going to add 2 little flowers. So we're going to add this little flower in the corner. And here's a tip. See, I got a little icky black right there. Oh, bummer. But you know what? In 5 seconds, you're not going to ever see it again because look at that. Dun, 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 dun. Gone. I covered it. Now, those flowers look fantastic. But what could we do to take them to the next level? It's all about taking it to the next level. What if we added a little black epoxy to the center? Look, I just came off with my finger. My fingers are so sticky right now. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It just adds a little tiny extra oomph, which is so much fun. Now, for this one, let's add some little foam squares to make this kind of pop up a little bit. Probably should have grabbed the bigger ones instead of the littler ones, but that's okay. And let's peel these off. Got that one. But now you've really gotten an idea to see how great it is to use the inking because it just changes the world. So let's add this one, and here we added it down here. There we go. And let's add a little one over here. Now we have extra flowers. We'll save those for another time. And we'll add that one right there. And of course, we're going to add a couple more black epoxy dots. Where did I put my other ones? I have a set there, but where are my other ones? Oh, right here. So let's add that one right there. Cute, cute. Add this one right here. And we are calling this baby done. Now we're going to sign the back with one of our stamp sets, saying that we made this card, but look at how fantastic that is. Hello, open it up, love. We can write a little message right there. So quick and easy. You can do this, anybody can do this because that's how simple it is. But look at how fantastic this interactive card is. So much fun. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad. Every Wednesday we release a new video, so come check it out. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.